and market research firm Synovate. Now, from the consumer's perspective, how valuable is the loyalty scheme?
Consumers really love loyalty schemes. You know, I mean, especially these days when it's being harder to stretch the household budget and so on, the loyalty schemes kind of give people the opportunity to perhaps afford those little extras, perhaps stretch the budget a bit to the things that they wouldn't otherwise be able to afford. So, you know, consumers have kind of got used to this and really appreciate the benefit they get from these sort of schemes.
And tell me about retailers. Why would they be unhappy with a loyalty scheme?
Well, I guess for retailers, it's very much about, are they getting a return on the investment that they're putting in? Loyalty schemes are just one of the tools that retailers have in their marketing arsenal. And, you know, they very much need to know that they're getting it right, that they're getting the benefit of the consumer coming back to them. We look at loyalty schemes quite a lot for our clients at Synovate, trying to assess for them whether consumers appreciate them and indeed whether they're then getting the benefit of consumers coming back to them more than they do to their competitors.
And from your experience with retailers, what are the upsides? What's the upside for retailers participating in the schemes?
Well, for a really good retailer loyalty scheme, it means that the retailer gets access to information about me, the individual consumer. So they start learning about my shopping habits. And why they would want to do that is so that they can then come back to me with more relevant offers, with things that they know I'll be interested in. So I start developing a relationship with them and I go back to them because it's easier, because they know more about me. So it's kind of this virtuous cycle where everyone benefits.
So with the retailers that are doing a review now, what are the things that would make them leave a loyalty scheme?
People are leaving loyalty schemes perhaps because, first of all, they didn't think it out well enough when they started, so they got in for the wrong reasons. They didn't have a clear idea of what return they were going to get or why they were there. Or then the market might have changed and their competitors might have come in with perhaps a better loyalty scheme that's attracted their customers away, or they're finding that perhaps consumers aren't getting the benefits they expected and so they're leaving anyway.
Okay, and what do you predict for the future? Do you predict that retailers will go under the umbrella scheme, or will they go in-house, like the One Cards, for instance?
Yeah, the umbrella schemes are really interesting because they give retailers the benefit of the wider group of consumers who are using all the companies in the scheme. But obviously they need to take into account the competitive nature of who's in the scheme. So I think the really big individual retailer schemes are really the future because they start leveraging the base of information they've got much more effectively.
Thank you, Debra Hall from the retail and market research firm Synovate.
Pleasure.